I don't care what kind of pizza, Mom. Just make it. Hey, guys. Blasphemous Shit live from Huey's mom's basement. Paul is out again this week. He had something come up. He had to take off, so he's not on. But we do have the dynamic duo of Paul and Rich, or Chad and Rich, sorry. Chad and Rich from Reviews from the Batcave. Why don't you go ahead and jump in and give us your quote this week?
All right. Well, I'll give you my quote. You ain't leading but two things right now, Jack and shit, and Jack left town.
I got it, but...
I got it, too. I know.
Mike?
I was reading the chat. Sorry. No, I don't have it.
Way to pay attention, Mike.
Big Little China.
And then I guess I got one. The Wolfman's got nards.
Oh, that's
Monster Squad.
Monster Squad. Dude, classic. And Mike, before you jump with your quote, give us an update on that shack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm on it. We got Comically Flawed in the house. Black Pole's here. Jason Smith is up in there as well, as always. And that is it. Trinitys Comics is here. And that is all I see. We actually got 6 watching right now.
All that dialogue just from 4 or 5 people?
Comically Flawed and Blackpool are talking. SS Comic Reader just popped in, so shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you all for coming. And where is my quote that I wrote down? See, I am so unprepared.
Dude, man, you complain about me. I have a half an hour right when I get off work to get this thing rolling.
Whatever. This movie is not a comic book movie. It is from the year 2000. We live and we die by time, and we must not commit to the sins of turning our backs on time.
I don't know. You got me on that one.
Back to the Future. I'll
From
go
2000?
Oh, well, I didn't hear the year. I was busy, Mike, paying attention to something else.
With your panties?
Hey, leave my panties out of the conversation. I don't know.
We live and we die by time, and we must not commit to the sins of turning our backs on time. And Comically Flawed actually got it with Castaway.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. Far from a comic book movie as you possibly could get.
Now, Alex the Comic Hoarder just said he just walked out of Spider-Man. What's up, everybody?
He just walked out as he left in the middle of the movie?
Yeah, wait. What now?
I want to know if that's true or not.
I didn't want to miss the show.
Yeah. That's it.
So, Jeremy, what's your quote for this week?
Okay, my quote is not a comic book movie. It's kind of a cult classic. It's from 1987. And the quote goes, "You mean you busted out of jail?" No, and the next guy says, "No, man, we released ourselves on our own recognizance." And she says, What Evil here is trying to say is we felt that the institution no longer had anything to offer us.
That's
Soggy Bottom Boys.
Is it that one, or is it Raising Arizona?
It's Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona. And my quote is also not a comic book movie because we kind of ran the course of comic book movies. So the quote's kind of related to our last holiday we just celebrated. You're going to stand there owning a fireworks stand and tell me you don't have no whistling bungholes, no spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, Husker do's, Husker don'ts, cherry bombs, Nipsey daisers with or without the scooter stick, or one single whistle kitty chaser?
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt.
Now I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Did you memorize that, or did you write
No,
that?
it's on my phone.
Okay.
I was going to try to memorize it, but I was just too much, dude. I just couldn't do it. And then with that, we've had a few more viewers come in. You want to give us an update real quick before we jump into comics? Mike?
Yeah, I saw Aim High pop in here. What's up? Thank you for the stuff the other day. Alex the Comic Hoarder. Spider-Man without any spoilers. Hi, and that is it. You got 8 watching right now.
Okay. Well, then we'll jump right into the comic portion. We'll always start with our guests. It's You guys want to switch? What's up, Mike?
Well, are we gonna do like when we normally have guests, have them talk about themselves a little bit?
Oh well, excuse me.
Well,
I think
already.
I'm going to hand off hosting duties. Yeah, so please give us a rundown of your channel, what you do. I'm sure other people who's watching has seen your channel, but just give us a brief synopsis of what you guys do.
Okay, so we're reviews from the Batcave. We are dedicated DC fans, obviously, with the bat suits behind us. What we do is mainly focus on helping the community, like focusing on positivity, updating everybody regarding DC news. And recently we started doing a little bit of indie reviews. And the two of us met at a comic book shop, fell madly in love, and
kind of like us three.
Yeah. Right.
So we enjoy what we're doing, and we love this community. We've watched you guys, and we really enjoy it. So
yeah, big fan of all three of you actually. So this is a pleasure to be on here. So thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. If Mike could possibly he would do a little heavy petting through the internet, but I don't think he can.
Speaking of Tats Comics, he just popped in and said, "Hey guys, how's it going? I started on the drawings for your contest. Just stuck on what to do for Midwest. The Midwest is a special kind of person.
He's an enigma wrapped in a riddle.
There you go.
Okay.
SS Comic Reader was asking, was it reviews of the Batcave that answered my riddle 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So then we'll go ahead and jump right into the comic portion. I don't know if you guys want to do one at a time, or maybe you guys can do one, and then we'll go on down. And we'll go to the next.
Yeah, that's fine.
That. Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, go ahead and give us your first book.
First book, I'm going with Batman number 26, War of the Jokes and Riddles. That's part 2. What'd you think? I loved it.
The artwork is amazing.
Yeah. And if you noticed, there's a little bit of a nod there to the 89 Batman. If you saw that one part where the Riddler's getting stitched up from being shot, and his doctor, it looks like an underground doctor, he's saying, I'm doing the best I can with what I had, and he's asking for a mirror. That's just like the Jack Nicholson Joker scene.
Yeah.
So yeah, that, and even the Joker when he's looking in the mirror trying to make himself smile. I mean, he looked a lot like the Jack Nicholson. So there must have been a little nod to the 89 Batman right there. But I love the way this is going. It's building up to an all-out war. There's bodies everywhere.
Tom King is doing an awesome job on Batman, and I liked him what he did with Nightwing. But this run, picking up where Snyder and Capullo left off, I think these guys are doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, definitely.
Mike, what do you think?
Hold on, I'm trying to find the book here. I can't find it. I got the Poison Ivy cover.
Yeah, I like that cover too.
I'm absolutely loving it. Liking their portrayal of Joker and the Riddler, how crazy as fuck they are. Yeah, this is some good stuff. You guys were mentioning in your review that the Joker's trying to smile in this page right here, and that's just awesome.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, you see a little Jack Nicholson resemblance there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so this is a stash for me. And then I'm stealing your guys' ideas. The two teams, the Riddler's team right there.
Yeah.
And then we got Joker's team on the next page. Shit's getting fired up. So yeah, stash for me.
Jeremy, I'm not even sure if we have to ask you.
Right off the bat, I mean, it's my pick of the week. So like y'all said, it's got the throwback to the Michael Keaton Batman in there, and then also I can't remember the exact part. It's just like one of the first books I read on Wednesday or whatever. But there's like some of the characters that they name in there, or there's something that there's like it's got to do with past like artists or writers that worked on Batman, like the names. I can't remember, but it just stuck out in my head because I recognize those names. And then also that Joker that y'all talk about reminds you of the Jack Nicholson Joker. It's also a throwback to the Alex Ross Joker.
Yeah.
Or the Killing Joke one.
Yeah. It's I think it's Mikhail Janin does the art now. I don't know, Clay Mann was working on it too. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's right off the bat, pick of the week for me. So yeah, of course it's a stash.
Yeah, I talked about it at the last issue how brutal the Riddler and Joker are, and I think it portrays it even a little more so in this. Just in that first page, the Joker's going to the house. The house belonged to Kim and Tony Templeton, and they moved here a year ago. And you see, bang, bang, so those two people dead with their 2 children. Bang, bang, bang. I thought that part really got me because it's like how cold and callous he is, to put bullets or whatever in their kids too. I thought that was just crazy.
Yeah.
But
is it this book where he has the teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was awesome too.
Now, I don't know if they actually address it, but the one guy here that didn't get shot looks very much like the Penguin. Is that supposed to be the Penguin?
I don't know.
Wait, I have no idea because they're calling him what is it, like Woodpecker or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, Woodpecker. Former linebacker of Marshall High.
And then they're also still in a little bit of the Gotham because he's holding from the TV series. He's holding the umbrella when he's talking to Falcone. He's with that. I don't know who that is.
Now, don't forget this happened. This takes place
after zero year.
Yeah, so I mean, who knows? Maybe that is an early incarnation of Penguin.
I think that has to be the Penguin because they had the fur on the collar,
yeah,
and everything, and it just is it's strikingly resembles Danny DeVito's Penguin.
Oh, definitely.
But this is definitely a stash for me. This is. It's getting close to being a tie with the Bane storyline. Very, very good storyline with this. Just like that. What was that?
I Am Bane.
The I Am Bane storyline. Definitely a stash. I'm looking forward to seeing where that's coming from.
I definitely agree, though, with Tom King. He has picked it up. Like when I first started reading his Batman run, I didn't like it at all. But I kept picking it up because it was Batman. I was like, well, maybe if Tom King drops off or he has to get better or something. And he got better, and it's just been uphill. Every issue seems to get better. So
he made Elmer Fudd tolerable.
Yeah. That's true.
And I remember you actually saying that, Jeremy. You were saying you hated King and didn't like what he was doing with Batman. I don't know how long ago that was, but I definitely remember you saying that too.
Well, I still don't like some of the choices that he took with the direction he took Batman, like, with him being so obsessed with his mama and being suicidal, and that just didn't sit well with me with being Batman. But, it's minor quabbles, overall, because, I mean, the story will be retold again, Batman's origin or whatever. So,
Okay, we'll jump in. Mike, what's your first book for the night?
Jump into the chat real quick. Airborne Sapper popped in here. I haven't seen him in a while. Airborne, where you been at, brother? And Stephen Higgins popped in here. Count Von Strange. And that is it. Let's do the shit fest that is Deadpool killed the Marvel Universe again. I actually never read the first Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. So just saying that. Basically, this book opens up in New Orleans in a crime scene, and Gambit is dead. Police are trying to figure out who did it. And then it goes to the Uncanny Avengers taking on MODOK. And then Deadpool turns on that team and kills them. And from that point forward, I realized that there's a pattern here, and I put this book down, and I'm not getting issue 2. One cool thing about this, at the end, he does take out a bunch of S Guardians with Medusa's head, but other than that, this book is a blast. Not my stinker of the week, but it's shit.
Yeah, I read that too. I didn't buy it. I did read it digitally, and yeah, I mean, I guess he was controlled by MODOK. Now, that part in that fight scene where he's fighting those weird people like the untouchable cactus girl or whatever her name was that him seeing that other team and actually killing them? Is that what it was?
That was in his mind, his take on the team.
But those were the X-Men that he was killing, or whoever it was.
The Uncanny Avengers, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't resonate. I guess I've said it before, Deadpool's not really my thing. It's kind of like a bit overblown, and I'm just not a huge fan of Deadpool. I mean, I love the movie, but I just don't need to see, I don't know how many Deadpool titles are out there right now, but it's a blast for me. We'll be picking up issue 2. So you two, we were the only two that read that one.
I couldn't stomach another Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe again.
Did you guys read the first one?
I did. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it was enough for me. I'm being force-fed Deadpool, and I'm getting sick of Deadpool now.
Well, with Legacy, I'm excited what the direction they've announced that they're going to do with Deadpool is send him back to being a villain.
Froze.
No, it froze a little bit. Wait, you got broke up there. Sending it back to what?
Oh, when Marvel announced in Legacy they're going to send him back to being a villain.
Oh, okay.
That's when I like Deadpool.
And I think that's what everybody wants. Shut up, Bitsy!
That's a first. Jeremy, what's your first book?
My first book, we'll go ahead and go with Iron Fist number 5. It was okay. It kind of closed off this little war on the tournament, kind of Mortal Kombat kind of tournament ordeal. And I had already decided that Iron Fist was going to be dropped off my pull list just because I got to trim some things down, and they made it easy for me. So yeah, I'm dropping it. This story, they closed it out okay. I mean, I don't. It was all right. No, it's blast. I blasted it.
And nobody else read Iron Fist, or anybody have any other things to say about Iron Fist at all? None. No. Hearing none.
SS Comic Reader. Are those psycho? Apparently, I've taken the name Psycho Mike. So they are not my dogs. My Rottweiler is sleeping, and my other one is locked in his cage. So
that was my dog.
That wasn't your dog, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you had a dog. See, learn new things about Jeremy every day. My first book, I'm the only one that read this one, and that is Diablo! Diablo House by IDW. It's supposed to be kind of like a Tales from the Crypt kind of thing, but instead of the Crypt Keeper, or I can't remember the host, this is Surfer Dude that's your host, and it's kind of really freaking lame. I mean, I love the art.
Was
it kind of looks like. Here, I'll show you a picture of him. Let me find him.
Yeah, he's right on the front.
Yeah, he's right on the front, but I'm trying to find a better picture. But it was kind of a very Tales from the Crypt kind of thing. The art was good. I love the art in it, but it just didn't fit. And at the very end, because the whole thing was, this whole story revolved around money and greed. That they had a quote from Notorious B.I.G. "Mo money, mo problem" at the very end of the book, which kind of was like that last little for me. No, I definitely wouldn't be picking up issue 2, so it's a blast. And I guess we'll jump into you guys. Chad and Rich, what's your second book?
You have it over there, right?
There you go.
And that would be Green Arrow 26. I'm a big team up fan. I loved back in New 52 they did an annual with Flash and Green Lantern. Brian Bocciolato wrote it, and it was great. And I'd like to see Ollie interacting a little more with other characters. He's been kind of on the lam, and they wrote the Flash awesome in this. I mean, he was a dick.
Yeah,
and it's not the typical Barry Allen that you'd see, but this Flash was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. No, it was good. It's definitely leading into something, a good storyline with the Speed Force bomb about to go off. So, and I guess that one portion of the Speed Force is leaking, so it's causing things to speed up. Animals, people are aging quicker. So that's pretty cool.
I'm a big fan of the art too, because what I guess drew me to this was actually the cover. The way they did the lines and everything makes the speed, you can almost feel it. So that was my big take. I wanted this week to be something that besides Batman and Superman. So Green Arrow was my pick of the week.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, Mikey, what's your second book?
Let's do, I don't think anybody read this one. Spider-Man Master Plan. It's just a one-shot. I got the variant cover, which I thought is excellent right there. Dude's cocooned up, and that's where the greatness ends, because this book is a piece of shit, too. So it's like, why did we even... The only good part about this book is at the very end, it reprints whatever Amazing Spider-Man it is, and it's the origin, first appearance of the Vulture. Obviously, the Vulture is in Homecoming, so they had to throw that in there. But the one shot, it's about Spider-Man, or Peter Parker. He's headed to the theater, but his Spidey sense keeps going off, keeps warning him about petty crimes, like first it's a stolen car, second it's a bank robbery. Spidey's like, what the fuck is going on? He fucking taps into his cell phone or some fucking Stark bullshit, and learns that Crime Master is actually going to rob Stark Tower, and he goes and stops him, and that's the end of the book. And I paid $3.99 for this piece of shit. So
does that connect in with the Superior Spider-Man? Is the Superior Spider-Man from last week?
No, this is just a one-shot, a standalone story.
Because you talked about the Stark Tech and stuff like that, and that kind of touched a little bit on that too.
You want to see Stark Tech Spider-Man? Go watch Spider-Man Homecoming. That piece of shit.
I can't. Oh my goodness! You can't be saying that about Spider-Man.
I just want to
say, waiting for the Miles Morales.
I just want to say somewhere, wherever he is right now, Paul is smiling if he's watching this.
If you want to read a good Spider-Man book, read the Miles Morales, number 18. This was awesome. So, 2 reviews for the price of 1. Big shout out to Super Sarah Stuff, who showed up just recently.
Okay,
Jeremy, what's your next book?
All right. My next book will be, let's do Sacred Creatures #1, a.k.a. a.k.a. the book that just wouldn't end. Oh, yeah. I did not like it. I didn't like it at all.
I'm done.
I know Mike had me all hyped up for it because he was all talking about, oh, yeah, and in the chat, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get something good. And I kept reading, and I was like, when's it going to get good? But, no, it was okay. It wasn't like, it wasn't my turn of the week, I'll say that. It wasn't that bad, but it just wasn't my pick of the week. It was okay. I would read issue 2 just because, like I said a while ago about, I picked up, I didn't write Redneck 1, and then I read it, Redneck 2, and now it's like one of my favorite stories I'm reading right now. So, yeah, I might read number 2. It's okay. And to quote my buddy Mike here, it's a soft stash.
There's a lot going on in this book. It's it's a thick book too. It's $4.99, which is higher price for an Image book, but you're getting what 3 times the book, I think.
Yeah, it's huge.
It was okay. I don't think it was anything great. I mean, the basic storyline is this guy who's trying to get everything done right and trying to get this job, and they end up putting a spell on him, and so he sleeps and misses his interview, and so they're trying to blackmail him essentially to kill this other person. I don't know. It didn't grab me very much. I'm assuming probably the next book will probably be $3.99 and be a smaller book, but it's a soft blast for me. So
if Marvel did it, it would be a trade, and it would be $25.99.
Yeah, or they kick it out to 12 issues.
I gotta answer a call right quick. I'll be right back.
What? No calls. We're live.
Is it a booty call? Oh, he went out. He closed his mic.
So, what do you guys think of Sacred Creatures?
I didn't think it was that bad. I kind of enjoyed it. I mean, it was kind of took a little dark twist there because at first I didn't know what to think. I knew nothing about this book, so I just figured I'd give it a shot. And I want to pick up number 2. I want to see what happens. I mean, dead angel boobies.
Dead angel. Hashtag that shit. Dead angel boobies.
That sounds like something Mike would say. Dead angel boobies.
Dead angel boobies. So I'm going to pick up number 2 and see what happens. There they are. See?
Art's awesome.
Yeah, the art was pretty good in it, too.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it was that bad. I think I'll pick up number 2 and see where this goes.
Mike?
So this is my pick of the week. For one, I hate long, wordy books. This book is long with enough words in it, but it kept my interest all the way to the end. But basically what's going on here, I'm assuming, is a war between the angels and demons, and the demons are blackmailing this this guy who's looking for work. He's getting ready to be a father, and it's just great all around. The art was great. Pick of the week right here, Sacred Creatures, number 1.
So you think that was supposed to be the Spear of Longinus that he was getting?
I'm thinking so. Because he's sent out to kill this person, and at the end we find out it's an angel. So plus you get giant skinless or hairless cats.
Yeah.
You get giant hairless cats.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
Well, Jeremy disappeared. I think he was up next. But I guess I will go with I think I'm the one that reads this one too. Walking Dead 169. So, we're all after the Whisperer War. And whatever transpired there. And so now, oh God, what's the guy's name?
Oh man,
he's essentially saying he wants to take over the community, and Rick is no longer leading. And so there's that power struggle there. Carl's actually leaving, saying he's not going to be with his dad anymore. So there's that kind of relationship. That's changing as well. It's definitely leading up into something. Of course, obviously it's something bigger, but we really don't know what's going on yet. We know that Beta, I think his name is Beta, the big guy from the Whisperer War. He's still out there somewhere, but we don't know where he's going to play into the rest of the story. But definitely, it's a transition between the big story arcs, and kind of people are spreading out and moving around and trying to get their communities rebuilt. It's a stash for me. I think Walking Dead is always one I always look forward to every time it's out. So it's a stash.
Is that a key book?
No, it's not a key book. There is a key book that's going to be coming out here next week or the week after. That's a new character. So if you want to, if you're looking for key books, make sure you check that. I think it's 171. It's going to have this new character. Even on the front, it says, "Who is this new person?" Blah blah blah. So if you're into key books, definitely look that one up. So
well, you know me. I grab them. I just don't read them. So
yeah, which I don't know why you gave me 108. Man, it was awful nice of you.
It was just. So did you open it? It's
not
a
yet.
Photocopied cut.
You bastard!
Just photocopy.
You bastard. Okay. Chad Rich,
He's going to open that shit right now.
I am. I'm going to look and double check. You bastard.
Actually, I never opened it from when I bought it. So if it is photocopied, it's.
Yeah. I think I put it away. Chad Rich, what's your next book?
Well, we're gonna give you a blast here because
oh god,
it's coming. Deathstroke number 21.
And I just ordered that book.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just stop.
It's all right.
Stop.
Defiance. Oh boy. I mean, on our show you probably saw that, but I'm a huge Deathstroke fan. I love Deathstroke. And this kind of hurt my soul a little bit to see him with a team and oh my god, a cape. He has a cape. Where's that?
Even when he's out of his costume, he's awful.
I mean, Deathstroke with a cape and a staff. I never thought I'd see the day, but it just kind of changes the whole character. I mean, this is not, the mercenary for hire that we all knew and loved.
The big spoiler was on the cover. I mean, they show Tara at the end, but oh my god, is this book terrible?
Yeah, it was sad.
Wally West, he's just a constant complainer. The book in general is, I don't know what they're doing. They're essentially, it's when they made Twilight Lobo, they're doing the exact same thing with Deathstroke.
Oh god.
He kind of looks like he's going pimping, now with the cape and the cane, It's a little pimp.
The worst part about it is they're going to this scene, and they're going to save the day, and the Justice League is getting ready, and Deathstroke goes over his comm piece and says to Cyborg, he goes, "Tell the Justice League to stand down." You're like, oh my god,
this Defiance got this one. Yeah.
I'm like, please. This book is.
Yeah.
Oh my!
So is he turning hero in this book?
Yes, he's turning over a new leaf. After the recent events.
I think he went complete babyface on this one. He went from.
Okay.
Well, we'll see how long this lasts. Like I said, everything that Slade Wilson touches turns to shit. So it's only a matter of time before he screws this up and. Maybe they'll end up all dead. I don't know.
And I'm not. See, I like the Rose when they introduced her with the patch on her eye, and she was crazy, and she ripped out her eye. This is just, I don't know. Like I said, this is 90210 meets Deathstroke.
Well, Aaron Spelling joint.
I think he even casted Tori in it.
Oh wow.
Let's see. You didn't read that one, did you, Mike? I don't think so.
No, I was interested in it. I was interested in because I dropped Deathstroke back in issue number 2, and I was interested in freaking this new team and whatever. And my LCS didn't get any in because of the 4th and whatever, so I ordered it online. So it is what it is.
Sorry.
Yeah, I told them the same thing when they said they got Deathstroke, and I asked them if that was the new team, and they said yes. Oh, dang, I forgot to pick up that book. And they said, "Oh, you're okay. You didn't have to." So, since Jeremy's not back yet, what's your next book, Mike?
We'll do Ash versus the Army of Darkness, number 1. They got that Superman. What is it? Superman 75 cover.
Oh, that's cool.
I like that.
Basically, in this book, Ash is moonlighting as a substitute teacher because one of the kids has opened the Book of the Dead and the Deadites are coming. That's basically the gist of the book. Some frogs the kids are dissecting get possessed, and Ash has to take out these giant frogs. The art is great. It's just cartoony as hell and just fits the story. And I actually really enjoyed this book. This was a stash for me. So
yeah, I read issue 0 a couple weeks back, and I forgot to grab issue 1. I love this issue 0. So.
Yeah, he actually dissects one of the frogs right there, and he's like, "All right, kids, now you don't have to worry about doing it for real. I just did it for you, and it's just, Ash." So, good stuff.
Groovy.
Okay. Let's see if Jeremy's actually sent me a message saying, "Hey, dude, I'm not going to be on for a while." Nothing. Okay, so my next book is by Aftershock Comics. It's Unholy Grail. Number 1. I kind of dig the history kind of comic books. We read that Kill the Minotaur a couple weeks back, but this one didn't hit me. It's another retelling of what I felt like of King Arthur and Excalibur, and it just didn't grab me. I mean, Kill the Minotaur was great. I loved it because it had some good comedy stuff in it as well. I didn't like the art very much in this guy. And the story didn't grab me either, so this is a blast for me. I don't know if I really had a stinker of the week, but this would probably be it, just because I don't have another one to beat a good stinker. So, what do you think of that one, Mike?
I'm gonna go totally opposite with you, and this is my co-pick of the week. Basically, what you said, the telling of King Arthur, except for the fact that Merlin is, I guess, he's possessed by a demon. So. I loved it. The art, okay, it's tolerable, but I'm gonna continue picking it up. I gotta fill that Reborn gap, and what's the one with the sword? God Country. I gotta fill those gaps with some indie titles. So I think Unholy Grail and that other one is gonna do it.
Sacred Creatures.
Sacred Creatures.
Okay. And Jeremy read that, but we don't know if he blasted or just dashed it. So we'll jump back on to Chad and Rich and see what other books you got this week.
The other book I kind of enjoyed was Justice League number 24, which is kind of surprising because I haven't really been too impressed with Justice League, but this one was kind of cool to see them kind of bringing Mara into the league.
I was just going to ask you if that was Mara on the cover.
Yeah, so that was nice.
And the art's changed too. The art was good. Mira has taken the Aquaman role because I don't know. Are you guys reading the Aquaman book?
I am.
Yeah,
Last issue was awesome in my opinion.
Yep.
How he's a ghost and all this jazz. So to see her taking that role and some of the footage that was just leaked from the Justice League movie, I'm going to tell you, she's a bad mamma jamma.
Yeah, this was pretty good. So it looks like you're going to have her on the team, and I'm okay with that.
I like the fact that she took out the entire team.
Yeah, she kind of knew everybody's weakness, and they even said, like, have you been studying us? And she said no.
So she takes out the Lanterns, she takes out the Flash, she hits Wonder Woman and Superman right off the bat, takes out Cyborg, and then all of a sudden in a tidal wave you see Batman coming through, and you're like, oh yeah. She turns around and chokes the shit out of him.
Grabs up on him. So it was really good. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
Well, it's a good thing Jeremy's not here.
He'd be that one too.
Hey, the bad thing about DC is since Rebirth, Batman's gotten his ass whooped a ton.
It's
a lot, yeah.
It's unbelievable. I don't know what's going on there, but
they're like, we're gonna kick his ass again.
Yeah.
But I actually like that he has that weakness. He is able to get his butt kicked, and it makes him more human to me. It makes him more relatable. It's like, okay, he gets his ass whipped, he gets up, he keeps trying. When somebody is just so badass nobody can beat him, it's kind of kind of like the Superman thing where he is so powerful, so like nobody really can beat him.
Yeah.
So I like that human quality that Batman has. He gets his ass kicked, but he keeps on trudging through.
Yeah.
Mike, what about you? Next book?
Not much left here. Let's see. We'll do my ship book of the week. Justice Inc. The Avenger by Dynamite. When I read the synopsis of this book, it kind of felt like it was going to be a team of like Punishers, but nothing actually happens in this book to show that. But it was just boring as hell. The art is bland. Yeah, so this was my stinker of the week right here. Justice Inc. The Avenger. That dude's actually called the Avenger. So
it sounds like they took a DC title and a Marvel title and kind of squished them together.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, you got a team of Punishers. I'll read that, but this ain't that book. So
okay, my last book that I picked up is Motor Girl #7 by Terry Moore. I've been following this from #1. It's nothing to do with the comic itself, but I'm really irritated. I get a brand new comic and it has about 8 color breaking spine ticks down it just irritates the hell out of me. This story here follows through where Sam's been knocked out. That's the lead character. And, of course, she's an Iraq vet. And she's going in and out of consciousness. And she's kind of going back to the time she was in Iraq. The art, I still dig the art. I think it fits the storyline very well. It's just kind of a cool, kind of a down-home tale. And there's aliens involved. And there's a government plotting to do something, trying to figure out what's going on with the aliens, and she knows about them. But definitely still a good book for me. I've been digging it. So, any last books you guys want to go over real quick?
This one I'm sorry I didn't. It's an online book. I've been reading the Injustice 2 storyline, and I gotta say, this story has been awesome. This one was this book was the death of the Blue Beetle, and this book is really, really good. I mean, you've got Batman, then you have Ra's al Ghul's Batman, and Bruce Wayne's daughter's in it. I mean, it's been really good. The only thing I didn't like is they kind of made Blue Beetle and Booster cum say cum saw. So, but the book has been great. And I started reading it digitally, and it came out this week, and I wanted to pick it up, and I just wanted to read it all in one fell swoop, and it was awesome.
And I think Jeremy was reading that Injustice 2 online as well. But, of course, he's not here to tell us about it, so where the hell he went to, I don't know why he's on the phone call. But
didn't you guys, I think everybody here read X-Men Gold, too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The X-Men books are that's the only Marvel books that I'm getting right now, and I can tell you that I think they're fun. I mean, they're what I grew up on. They remind me of the 90s. I mean, the teams are fun. The interaction. I mean, yeah, you got different characters or different versions of the characters, but I really, really am digging X-Men Gold and Blue.
Yeah, I ran into somebody at the comic store the other day saying he was just jumping back into the comics. He liked X-Men. I told him to jump in on X-Men Blue and Gold. I said that's a good jumping on point, for the X-Men universe right now. And I think I'm with you. That's the only Marvel books I'm getting right now, the X-Men Blue and Gold. And everything else just seems like it's crap, and I don't want to spend $4 or $5 for it. But those are decent storylines.
Iceman.
You liked Iceman.
I liked the first issue, but I said I wasn't picking up any more.
Well,
yeah.
Marvel's doing them for free all weekend. So for digital downloads on the on all their X books.
Oh wow!
You just haven't come out of the Iceman closet yet. That's all.
You just wish I did.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're going to close the comic book portion. We'll jump into the what?
That's right. I didn't have any more books I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Don't start that crap with me.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll go into shut your fucking mouth.
What's that?
Not a whole lot of Funko news this week. I know on August 19th, the Funko headquarters up in Washington is doing their grand opening. So they're probably going to have a bunch of exclusives up that way if you're in the area. The Hot Topic Joker and Harley Quinn 2-pack, whether in their swimwear, is now online. So I don't know as of this video, but they were. October, we're getting 2 more specialty series pops, and that is Leatherhead from TMNT and Superman #1 Dorb, which he's in his Superman #1 costume. Hey, Trinity's back.
Yeah, man. Sorry, I had to call. My pastor called, and I had to take the call. So,
is he shunning you because of your new name?
No, he's not. He doesn't know anything about it. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord, brother. This past Wednesday, Funko Shop's exclusive item was a Dorb 2-pack that my Oracle let me know about, and I was lucky enough to jump on there and grab one. Limited to 3,000. That was the flocked Mossman and the Beastman from Masters of the Universe.
Nice.
Did you say Mothman?
Mossman. You remember Mossman?
Okay.
I thought he said Mothman too. Like,
Is it going to smell?
I hope so.
He's a scratch and sniff. That's the next generation scratch and sniff Funkos.
they already have them.
Well, they already have them. Huey. Speaking of Huey,
Not
in
strawberry shortcake.
September. Yes, they are strawberry shortcake pops.
And a swamp thing.
And a stinky swamp thing. I got that one somewhere. But anyway, September we're getting DuckTales pops.
Oh.
Of course. Huey, Dewey, Louie, Webby, and Scrooge, and then GameStop's gonna have Magica as their exclusive.
What about their pilot guy? What's his name?
Crackwing. Launchpad.
Launchpad, yeah.
Launchpad. They already have him.
Oh, well.
I thought Mikey said Ballsman. No, Ballsman's not with us today.
Poopy Paul.
Poopy Paul's somewhere. I did stop at Walgreens today, and I did pick up this Taskmaster Dorb. Don't really pick up Dorbs that much, but Taskmaster is just a cool-ass character, so had to grab him. And with the release of Homecoming, they had a slew of these out, and it's the Superior Spider-Man, the Doc Ock Spider-Man. So grabbed him, and I don't know how many pops that makes in my collection, 600 and something. I don't know, but that's all I got for Shiny Funko Mouth.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, speaking of Dorbs, did you get the Legion of Collectors that came out this week? The Batman animated series?
I did.
I will have it. I'm subscribed to it, so.
Yeah, I am too. It was supposed to come in like 2 days ago. That's what it said, and I haven't got it yet. But apparently there's a Batman Dorb. I think he's in a Batmobile.
Oh, wow. Super Sarah stuff. Super Sarah stuff said Ragnarok pops. I talked about that last week, actually. So, no need to go over that again.
So, get with the times.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, do you guys
took my door?
I also got this guy.
Yeah, that's right. That comes in it too. Yeah, the Mr. Freeze. So now I know where my Legion of Collectors box went. It went to your house.
He said,
"You got yours already?"
Yeah. See,
God damn it,
Mikey.
Nice.
What else is in there?
A shirt.
Spoiler alert for those who ain't got their box yet.
This is the comic Batman Adventures #1 with the pop cover. I actually really like this. I just wish they use a real bag and a board. Stop being cheap.
The T-shirt's really nice too.
Yeah, you want to see the shirt, Mike?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Show him the shirt. You should have been wearing that today.
Well,
yes, comic reader Mike did refer to Dorbs as butt plugs, but you kind of quit doing that now.
That's
because
shirt.
Mighty LJ's in the house. I can't talk like that.
Oh,
That's really cool.
You could get me in trouble.
that's the only pop I picked up this week. This is this one because I don't buy anything with DC pops anymore.
awesome.
So Chad and Rich, you guys collect Funko Pops at all?
Not so much. I've been getting the Batman animated series stuff, and Popsters Batman. So that's really about it. We got too much stuff here. If I start getting in the Pops, I'll probably be divorced and on the street.
Did you get the Walmart exclusive one? And the Killer Croc and Popster, did you get that one?
No, that's the one that I'm looking for. I went to my Walmart because they were supposed to have them there, and this Walmart sucks out here, so they had none of those mystery boxes. So I'm gonna have to buy it on eBay.
Hit me up. I got you covered.
Nice.
Airborne Sapper said, anyone get the Jimmy FYE pop? It's sick. He's talking about the Jimi Hendrix flaming guitar. And
I didn't get that one. I want it though.
I got the normal one, but I do want that one as well. So.
Me too.
So if you guys don't collect Funkos, you guys collect anything else Mike would call panty droppers? You know, as in tell the action figures on that thing you posted on the Blast Center Stash page.
Oh yeah.
You collect the action figures. You know, I'll be right there. You guys got anything else?
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of the animated series figures that were re-released.
Fucking full bat suits you can't see behind them.
Well, yeah.
So also what we have here is every. You want to grab one? Can you grab one?
Oh yeah. I also collect the Batmobiles.
Nice.
So I got all of those. I got a whole bunch of them.
Every single one that's been made. We've got all the action figures, all of the Capula sets, and then we started with the Rebirth, and I think it is September. I've got the Super Sons pack coming out.
Yeah. So in the black and white statues, the only ones I've got are those are Jim Lee black and whites because, well, Trinity knows I'm a big Jim Lee fan just as he is. So, yeah, anything Jim Lee, I grab up on that. I have a full set of the Hush figures and basically anything Batman, really.
Since you have those, you get the San Diego Comic-Con ones?
I've gotten some San Diego Comic-Con exclusives like from Batman v Superman, the 2-figure pack. Push the button, and there's lightning and makes sound. It's pretty cool.
There was I think it was a black and white one. It was exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con a while back, and it came with like this. It looks like a sketch in it, but it's not a sketch, is it?
Yeah,
we have that.
Yeah, that's over there too.
Is it a real sketch or is it just like?
Well, that's the funny thing. If you get the one that's, I think it's running around $50, it's a fake sketch. It's pretty cool. But if you get the real sketch, you're looking about $1,000 for one of those things. I can't put up $1,000.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I was looking at when he posted the cover art for his variant for Metal, the Wonder Woman cover.
Yeah.
And so, like, somebody was asking in the comments, like, what he uses to draw and stuff, and his assistant was in there saying he still uses Bristol boards and pencils and stuff and real inks. And they were like, why? And then somebody like, why does he still use that? Why didn't he go digital? And somebody was like, well, his sketches fetch $10,000, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's the other thing he's coming out with. That's the next San Diego exclusive is the black and white Jim Lee sketch Wonder Woman figure.
Oh wow.
So that's next up.
Rich and I went to a con, and his big panty dropper.
Yeah, if you want to.
Is the two-pack animated series Batman Robin with the Batlight, signed by both Kevin Conroy
and Robin. So I got Batman and Robin there.
Nice.
So that's my big panty dropper, so to speak.
That my LCS has that set too, and I've been debating on getting it. He said he'd give me like 15% off if I wanted it, but
nice.
Sign. But that's a pretty cool set.
Kevin was he was really cool, and this is what brought the concept of the reviews from the Batcave. Is we were talking to him, and he said, "Why don't you guys do a show? And next time I'm in the area, I can come down and check it out." We were like, "We're doing it next week."
Nice.
Not that I expect him to come on a show, but it was just one of those deals he told us. I'm like, yeah, why not?
And it was a lot of fun meeting him because he was down to earth, and he started telling us. He even told us about the Harley Quinn Batman.
Yeah, before they released it.
Even announced it.
Yeah,
But
I met him in Dallas and got him to sign the Batman animated series Funko Pop.
that's awesome. He's
Nice
a good
guy.
dude, man, isn't he? He's
He is,
really
man.
chill.
Yeah, I shook his hand. I told him, like, every time I read Batman comics, it's your voice. I hear it. He said,
That's
perfect.
exactly what I told him.
Really? Well, now I know I'm not original, but
It was a strange day, though, because we ended up having Kato Kalin hang out with us.
oh, Lord.
He started following us around and talking to us, and
It was real weird.
we went to the bathroom, and Gene Simmons asked if we wanted to. We were going to the bathroom, and he said, "You want $300 for a photo?" And we're like, "No, our hands are kind of full."
Okay, so any other Toy or Funko news, Mike?
No, I'm good. I am good.
Okay. Waiting on you.
Shut your Funko mouth. I already did that.
No, you did not. You did at the beginning. You didn't do it at the end. Okay, so we'll jump on to Jeremy.
Superhero.
Trinity Superhero Cinema. We'll jump right on in there.
All right, we're going to go ahead and start it. There wasn't much news this week, so I had to scrape together to get just a few things to talk about. So this right here, I think, is one of the first things I added this week. Was Wonder Woman becomes the highest grossing DCU movie ever. I mean, did anybody doubt that, really? It says right here it was $670 million worldwide. The movie already surpassed the international numbers for Man of Steel and the domestic total for Suicide Squad. So, yeah. But it's a good thing we got Chad and Rich here, because this is going to be a Batman heavy focus tonight, because the news just came. But Batman director teases a very emotional story. He says he's inspired by Christopher Nolan. Says it's my hope to these quotes are long. So he says, but it's my hope to tell a very emotional Batman story Reeves told Yahoo Movies while promoting War of the Planet of the Apes. And I do see a very strong parallel between Batman and Caesar, because they're both damaged characters who are grappling to do the right thing in a very imperfect world that's filled with the corruption that is human. Reeves has said that he's inspired by legendary director Alfred Hitchcock, but in his new interview with Yahoo Movies, he mentioned another director that inspires him, one who should be very familiar to Batman fans, Christopher Nolan. It says, what I love that Nolan did was that he took the genre seriously. Reeves said that what studios are willing to make at the moment is a very, very narrow band of films. What I discovered is that this genre has the potential to be about something more. You can use the metaphors of the genre to talk about a lot. I think that the metaphors of both of the franchises, Batman and Apes, enable you to tell stories that have deep emotional resonance. That's actually what excites me about it. It's interesting because I was obsessed with both as a child, and yet there is something very potentially very adult that you can explore under the cover of that fantasy. That is what draws me to it, and that's what I'm excited about. I think the other thing that I really admire in what Nolan did was knowing what it is to make a big studio film. Reeves concludes, which often can fall into that sense of committee filmmaking where there is an anonymity to the point of view of the film. So what do you guys think about that?
I think y'all should not waste your money on Spider-Man Homecoming and go see Wonder Woman again.
I'm gonna see Spider-Man.
Wonder Woman was awesome, but regarding the Batman, Joe Manganiello's from Pittsburgh, and he was signed on to be Deathstroke on this movie. And he recently, in a local interview, probably I think Sunday, said that he's leaning towards the character may change to somebody that, and then he went, hush, I can't talk about it. So with Reeves and what he's trying to put together, Reeves really wants to make it a Batman noir, and I think the only way you're going to do that is introduce a character that they haven't used, and it's going to. I personally think the main bad's going to be Hush, and that's how you're going to bring in Jason Todd into the DCU.
That's going to be amazing. That would be spectacular.
The Deathstroke. Was the Deathstroke on when Ben Affleck was writing it, though? And then he backed out?
So Affleck was writing it. There's been a lot of stuff has happened since Snyder's daughter passed away.
Mm-hmm.
there's been a ton of reshoots, which makes me a little scared. But I mean, Josh knows what he's doing. He's not even going to con this year, and this is the first year. I mean, last year he rented out a hall by himself, and he didn't have anything to promote. So he knows what he's doing. These guys are really doing a lot of reshoots. The most recent reshoot was the one with Mira. I think it was today, where she's just decimating everybody on the dock. And somebody leaked a picture of it, and I think we're gonna see what everybody wanted.
Though, isn't it?
What's that?
That's for Aquaman, though, isn't it?
It ties into the end of Justice League.
Oh, okay.
She plays I guess the reshoot is she's going to play a bigger role in Justice League than we originally thought.
All right. Well, I have one more story that leans toward Batman, but it says Matt Reeves is thinking about a possible Batman trilogy. And it says, in a new interview with Fandango, Reeves was asked if he sees the Batman as the start of a possible trilogy. The short answer is yes, but check out his full explanation in the quotes below. He says, I have ideas about an arc, but really the important thing is just to start. You have to start with one. He said, you have to start with a story that begins something. Reeves says that it's important to get the first story right, but that there's an ambition for a series of Batman stories. And when Mark and I began Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, we knew what our goals were, but we didn't know how we were going to get there. And I would say that more relates to the way that I see a Batman story is a kind of ambition for a series of stories, but really the most important thing is going to be to tell a vital story first.
As long as Ben Affleck's willing to do 3 movies.
That's my only concern, because he's always been kind of on the fence about the whole thing.
Yeah,
he's on again, off again. Some podcasts I've been listening to said that one person said they couldn't do it unless Ben Affleck signed on for all 3 movies. Another person said, I could see it if Ben Affleck signed on for one and he decided he didn't want to do any more, and have Dick Grayson kind of come up and take on that Batman mantle. Maybe that might be a way to address it.
I think that
doesn't want to stick around.
Yeah, that'd be so much better than having another guy come in.
I think so too.
I think Affleck's going to be on there because everything has been. It's like somebody asked Matt Reeves, was Ben Affleck his Batman, and he said yes.
And Affleck recently said yeah too.
Yeah, but the only thing that's keeping Affleck from it is because he didn't want to direct it, and plus, the dude. He's been battling with alcoholism and a divorce, and every time he made his passion project, he made that Live by Night movie, and everybody crapped all over it. And they kept asking him, when's Batman coming? How's Batman doing? How's Batman this?
That's the thing. If you see that interview when they did Batman v Superman with Henry, is it Henry?
Cavill? Yeah, Henry Cavill.
Then it shows Ben Affleck over there, and there guys talking about how much it bombed and people hated it. Affleck's face during the interview was so downtrodden and just beaten. I don't know if Affleck could take another one of those. That's my only concern.
He can.
So
the man made Daredevil.
I mentioned Brian Bocciolato earlier. He was the writer on Flash in the New 52, but I got to spend a pretty lengthy day with him one day. And he was one of the ghostwriters on Daredevil, and he was also on the production set, the art design team. And he told me, Daredevil, what we saw at the theaters wasn't what they shot. And, from the costume was essentially what you have on the Netflix show. And Affleck isn't at fault for that movie. It really was the director and the way the studio went. And I was listening to a Smodcast with Kevin Smith, and he made great. It's sense. This stuff that we have, this could be source material. Just do it.
Yeah. Here's your script.
Here's your script. Write it. How awesome would it be to see Dark Knight on the big screen? A live action version of it. You can't use it now because of Nolan, but I don't know. He did in my opinion, besides Keaton, who brought it all together, Affleck was the best Batman.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel the same way. I mean, he was the best part of that Batman v Superman movie, and but that whole warehouse scene, that fight was. I mean, I got chills watching that. That was just badass, and I could see him actually taking that character a little bit further and doing good with it.
Mm-hmm. And what all the flack that the movies get, it all stems from Snyder. Snyder's not a comic book person. He's a gamer. He's admitted he loves the video games.
Hence the
Arkham fight, the fight scene and everything like that. Yeah. And then you changed it into Injustice too, out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. So I think they're going in the right direction. I love the fact that Joss Whedon is heading it up. But what Joss did was which was amazing is when they called him in and said, hey, Snyder called him personally and said, I need you to take this over. You're going to run the helm. I've got too many family issues going on. And the first person he picked up the phone and called was the architect of all of this. Was what's his name from Rebirth? Oh my God.
Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns.
Yeah, he called Jeff Johns, Affleck, and Kevin Smith, and they sat down and they're like, let's fix this.
I'd like to address something right quick. Comically Flawed said, I'm over all the Planet of the Apes BS, continually referencing that is not a positive selling point for the DC stuff. No, but you have to understand the man's on a media tour for Planet of the Apes, but he keeps getting asked Batman stuff. So, of course, he's going to,
The one thing that Matt Reeves said in an interview, too, that I've heard different things about was when they asked if Affleck was Batman, and he says Batman right now. Now, does that mean, yeah, technically is Batman in the upcoming Justice League movie. Does that mean he's going to be Batman 6 months from now?
Yes.
What does that mean?
He's going to be Darren in Bewitched.
He's going to be what?
Darren from Bewitched. We can replace him.
Maybe.
I mean, Affleck is the best Batman we've had, in my opinion.
So, do you go and recast the Joker too? I mean,
yes.
I think the guy that played Dr. Manhattan would be an amazing, not Dr. Manhattan, Owlman in The Watchmen.
Well, he's
an awesome Joker.
He's in Aquaman, so he's
yeah, you can't get him now.
A motion master.
But I mean, it's fun. Anything you put up on the screen. I mean, are we all gonna go see Spider-Man?
Yeah,
I'm going Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, so hey, they're gonna take our money regardless. So
yeah, right.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see a very serious take on the Riddler. Like I'd like to see him do like a 0-year Riddler.
Oh yeah,
yeah, definitely.
But again, we're going back to the source material. Take a book and make it into a movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, Zack Snyder he took a bunch of books and kind of mashed it up because if as a comically false said, Affleck is the best Batman. Quit smoking crack, Trinity. No, man, I ain't smoking crack. If you kind of look at it,
me. I'm smoking crack.
Batman versus Superman, I mean, there's multiple shots in that movie that's taken straight off the pages and the cover of the Dark Knight Returns series. I mean, if you pause it just right, whenever they're fighting Doomsday and Batman uses the grappling gun to go on the side of that building and the lightning strikes right as he's on the side of that, it's the Dark Knight Returns pose.
Yeah.
Hey, in Batman versus Superman, what got the biggest laugh was the oh shit when Batman was about to get beat up or killed by Doomsday. But I guess, and Jeremy, maybe you can help me out on this, but I saw where one of the reshoots was Batman's heading towards Steppenwolf's ship, and he's flying in the Batmobile because they redid the Batmobile. Uh-huh. And I guess the trailer was leaked over in the UK somewhere with this, and he's driving, and all of a sudden the Batmobile crashes into something and just stops, and the top gets torn off, and it's Superman in the black suit, and his eyes light up, and all of a sudden Affleck says, "Oh shit," and he has the mullet and everything.
Comically Flawed, you're you're insane, dude. Christian Bale, he was an okay Batman.
Okay, that's opinions go in there. Let's just leave that crap alone. So, what was I going to say? So, like you said, regardless, I think good, bad, and different. If we're comic fans, we're going to go see the movies. Mm-hmm. And we're going to say that was shit. We're going to say that was great. Whatever. I mean, it's still going to be. I want DC to be successful. I hope, and that's what I was saying about Wonder Woman. It was, I think, able to pull DC out of that movie funk that they were in with Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman to make more movies, because that's what I didn't want to see them fail so bad. All of a sudden, there's so many other good storylines that could be made into movies, but if Wonder Woman flopped, that could have put all DC movie universe into down spiral. So I'm glad to see that worked out, and I'm hoping everything else works out good too.
I think Wonder Woman opens up doors for Marvel too. I think Captain Marvel is going to just win from that.
Yeah. Before I was so cut off, though, my quote was not through getting talked about. He was a great Bruce Wayne, but his Batman wasn't as great, in my opinion. Now, Ben Affleck's Batman and his Bruce Wayne were both on point. I mean, they were straight off the pages of the comics. So,
Michael Keaton, man, Michael Keaton.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, that's always going to be the best. I mean, what I meant to say was the best since Michael Keaton. I mean, Michael Keaton.
I love you, Jeremy.
That's just like Superman. I love Henry Cavill as Superman, but Christopher Reeve will always be Superman.
Yeah, he's always going to be the real Superman.
Brandon Roth.
Oh, why you got to bring that up?
See, and there goes my opinion. I think I like Brandon Roth better than Henry Cavill. I think he kind of fit more of the old.
But I will say this though, Dave, that I think the reason you're saying that is because of the way the movie was wrote and everything. But if you got a more comic book, driven Superman movie with Henry Cavill and he nailed that, you would be all about Henry Cavill, right?
I don't know. I don't like Henry Cavill much as an actor. He's very wooden to me, and other stuff he's been in. But yeah, what's that, Mike?
Just to throw this all for a fucking loop here, just like who's the guy that played Spider-Man in The Amazings for this one?
Andrew Garfield.
I prefer him over this new guy. That's just my opinion, though.
You know what? I agree. I loved him in Amazing. The second one. Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought the character was good, but I think you can do more with an actual younger kid.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, you're in this one. You're getting Peter in high school. That's where we all fell in love with him, right?
Right.
I mean, Ultimate Spider-Man was awesome. I thought that was a great book. Right? But I was a Spider-Man fan. Rich has all the books back there, and I like what they're doing. I love that they used characters that they haven't used in the past, and I'm just hoping Venom doesn't show up in it, because I want a dark, scary Venom versus Carnage, and I don't want no Tom Holland showing up.
Another thing that I don't know how I missed this. It wasn't in my notes. Something's gonna have to change the way I do this. But right here, this was an article that I had actually put in my queue to do. But Warner Brothers is going to show off Justice League and Aquaman at San Diego Comic-Con. They're supposed to have a huge presence, and like Steven Spielberg's going to be there from something that he's got coming. But they're saying that Zack Snyder might show up there because he, last year when he had to come for Batman vs Superman, he had to come from London, but now he's only like an hour away. So
yeah, they're gonna be in Hall H this year.
Yeah, and they're saying that they're gonna probably drop another trailer for Justice League and possibly show off some stuff for Aquaman there. But I'll go on before I get ridiculed for being a DC fanboy here. So Samuel L. Jackson is bringing Nick Fury to Captain Marvel. It's about time. You've been gone for 2 years. That's basically all this says. But I don't know if what y'all have to say about that. But since the last time we saw him was in 2015.
Was it Winter Soldier?
No, that was 14. It was in Ultron, Age of Ultron.
Oh yeah, he was. I forgot.
So, there's nothing really to say about that. I mean,
do you think we're gonna get any? Do you think this year is Disney pulling Marvel from? I guess they're not gonna have that much of a presence at Comic-Con.
Well, I don't know if they'll have not necessarily a presence, but I think they're gonna save it more for that D23 stuff they have, the Disney thing.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not a big Marvel comic guy, but damn, their movies have been awesome.
They are, yeah. That's the way I agree. Like I said, Jason Smith, you are a DC fanboy. Admit to it, and the healing will begin. I love DC. I will never apologize for loving DC. But just like what they just said, I love Marvel's movies, but their comics are crap. So
they said, listen to podcast stuff at work, and they were talking about how Marvel really hasn't released anything past 2020 as a movie timeline. I mean, we really don't know what's going to happen with Avengers 3 and 4. Who's going to die, who's not going to die. So I think if they released kind of like a movie timeline of what's going to be out after that, it would kind of give away some spoilers for what's going on with the Avengers.
Well, didn't Chris Evans just sign on for what, 3 more films or 4 more films?
I didn't hear that. I don't know. I heard that his contract is about up, but if he signed up,
his contract's about up. I don't know if he did or not, but
yeah, I think about right in end of May, him and I know he re-signed for some movies because he made an interview about it.
There was a quote that he did that I read like last week on here that he had said the only reason he signed on for Avengers 4 was because it wrapped everything up.
Well, they did announce that another Avenger is going to be Peter's mentor moving forward. So in the next Spider-Man movie, he's going to have another mentor. It's not going to be Iron Man.
Fuck me in the ass.
Well,
wrong show again, Mike.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move over to this. Kevin Feige discusses Thor and Spider-Man in the MCU. He says, I think we're finding ourselves as we complete phase 3 and finish this 22-movie narrative that it's working out that way. Let's see. We did Iron Man, 3 Iron Man films, 3 Cap films, 3 Thor films. Things were changed drastically in Ragnarok and then build directly into Infinity War. Then he goes in here and says, we're excited to use characters that you haven't seen before on screen. So that narrows it down a little bit in terms of who will pop up next. Spider-Man has an embarrassment of riches when it comes to villains, and there are a lot that haven't been touched upon. It's those that we'll be looking at first. So that immediately
in phase 4, they're not fighting robots anymore. In every movie.
Every movie, there's been robots.
Kevin Spacey is Iron Man. You accuse me of smoking crack? You got Frank Underwood as Iron Man. But yeah, that kind of like ties in with something I put on the show a few weeks ago where we was talking about Kraven the Hunter or Kraven the Last Hunt or whatever it is.
Oh, that'd be a great movie.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Because they were talking about Spider-Man has an embarrassment of riches when it comes to villains, and there are a lot that haven't been touched upon yet. So, like, I know some of them, like, was it Morbius?
The Living Vampire?
Yeah, he might could be in there.
Do you remember him on the cartoon? Plasma.
Well, they're if you guys gotta watch the movie, so I'm not gonna spoil it, but
yeah, don't do that. I'm going on Mondays.
So is the movie tying in with the animated Miles Morales movie?
No. I did not. Spoiler. No. I don't want to say.
Because Tom Holland did admit that he's gonna voice Peter in the movie.
Well,
Shut up, Mike. I'm going to the next story.
go see Wonder Woman instead. You know, let me tell you this. Me and my wife are sitting there watching Spider-Man. We went to the first showing this morning. Fucking movie ends. She turns to me. First thing she says, should have saw Transformers.
Ooh.
Transformers.
Though I did like Power Rangers.
That's deep.
Transformers.
Robert Downey Jr. talks ending his run as Iron Man. He says it's this clinic. What is it? Cyclical thing? Cyclical thing. My bad. I can't read tonight. Apparently, I could have said when the first Avengers came out, it's never going to get any better than that. Everybody stop. But to me, it's always about people and opportunities like the Russos, who I adore. Everyone says to me, it's like a glove that fits so well. I have to start over every time, but I'm starting over with a pretty solid base. I just never want to blow it for the last 6 or 7 MCU movies I have done by dropping the ball because I decided to go and do it one more time. I just want to hang up my jersey before it's embarrassing. Whoever told him it was embarrassing that he was playing Iron Man, they need to go.
No, I think he's talking about playing the character so long that it's embarrassing to the MCU.
I know what he's talking about. He's going to go out on top.
JLS says about Spider-Pig Family Guy. How about Spider-Ham? You know, Peter Porker. Get him in the MCU.
Peter Porker.
You don't know who Peter Porker is?
I'm a DC guy.
No. Did you see the Simpsons movie?
No.
Well, Spider-Ham's an actual character from Marvel Comics.
He's still pretty relevant too. He's in the Spider-Verse and all that.
Yep.
Gore Vidal, I think that's his name. He mentioned George Miller, the mastermind behind Mad Max, would make a great Batman or Justice League film. Well, he did, and it got canceled.
Yeah, that was what, early 2000s?
Yeah, it was ready to go.
Yeah, because I had Armie Hammer as Batman, didn't it?
Yeah, he did awesome on Lone Ranger.
I think Armie Hammer would fit good in a Batman role.
But did you see him as the Lone Ranger?
I did. You didn't like Lone Ranger?
Johnny Depp was amazing.
Johnny Depp sucked.
I'm trying to catch the sarcasm there.
Yeah, there's definitely sarcasm.
Armie Hammer would be a great Hal Jordan, though.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Any more news there, Jeremy?
No, that's it. It was a light week.
Anything else we want to talk about real quick before we?
Well, I don't know if you guys talked about it yet.
I could rant on Spider-Man.
We don't want to do that because I don't want to hear any spoilers there. Maybe. I want to go in and with some expectation of a good movie.
Oh,
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Alex, the Comic Corner, says Christopher Walken as Nick Fury.
No.
So I just want to say one thing. I want to say my heart and feelings and everything else and sympathy goes out to Stan Lee. That's some big news that happened this week. It really sucked. Dude,
did you read the quote that they have about how he met his wife?
Yeah, they had a little video too about Joan was throwing Stan Lee a surprise birthday party. Just them two, really. He walks through the door and she had a cake and stuff. Kind of get you all choked up to see their relationship like that. And you know, the sad part about all this is, I guess the scary part about all this is, you know, they've been married for what, 57 years?
Since 1947.
Yeah, 47, 70 years.
Yeah.
Close to.
And it's like, you know, when you lose a partner like that, I don't want to say it, but you know where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Now, Mike and I were talking about it in the chat as well.
Yeah. Just to point this out, I'm not going to repeat what JLS just wrote in the chat, but I will find you and kill you.
Oh, I see it. Oh, man.
Good God. No. I would like to. I know we done moved on from the movies and the Funko Pops and the comic portion, but I would just like to just talk about 3 books right quick that I had to go. Sacred Creatures I didn't like. Unholy Grail was okay. I thought it was going to be better. And Baby Teeth #2, I'll pick up #3 just to see where it's going, but yeah, it wasn't great.
Baby Fist #3, you're going to pick up?
Baby Fist.
Baby Fist.
The Story of Shirtless Bear Fighter.
Shirtless Bear Fighter was good. I don't know what you're thinking.
Yeah, I'll explain it to you in the off air.
Okay, so I think with that, we're going to wrap it up. We're just at 90 minutes right now. And Chad and Rich, do you guys have any last-minute things or shout-outs you want to do before we sign off?
No, I just want to thank you guys for having us on. This has been a lot of fun. Hope we can do this again sometime.
All right.
Amen, yeah.
Mike, anything clean?
Absolutely.
You sure?
New subscriber of mine. Yes, I'm sure. New subscriber of mine, Comics Corner Club. He has about 70 subscribers. Go sub him up. Want to shout out Funk Off, who is our first entry in the Summer Spectacular contest. He did a freaking awesome job, just coming up with superhero names for us, and old hippie Huey over there, and
That's
good
not,
stuff.
It's Tree Huey or
Tree Hugger Huey.
Tree
Tree
Hugger
Hugger.
Huey.
Tree Hugger Huey, yeah.
But that's exactly what we want. We want to laugh. Good stuff. So shout out to Funk Off. And reviews from the Batcave. Thank you guys for both coming out.
Thank you.
And shout out to Paul, who's going through some stuff right now. So
Prayers for you, Paul, man. We love you, brother.
Jeremy?
Yes, I have quite a few. One more book that I didn't. My turd of the week was Ash vs. Evil Dead. I had to say that.
oh, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
I want to give a shout out to Big E's and the New York Warriors. I was in their chat the other night for their anniversary show, their 1 year, and I actually won a Batman book signed by Scott Snyder. They had some giveaways going, but Big E's gave us a shout out on there and had some very kind words for the show. So I want to give him a shout out. They're great. I think they do their show every other Monday. They did it this Monday, so it won't be this coming Monday. It'll be the next. But go check them out on Big E's Comics channel. They're a great group of guys. They always got tons of knowledge about slabbing and stuff like that, some Star Wars knowledge. I got some new subs, which is Thomas and a bunch of zeros. It's like 5 zeros. I don't know. That's all it is. And I got Rogue 121X and Bookem Dano and Comic Book Hall 88. All those are under 100 subs, so if you can go sub those guys up, get them over 100. And I also want to give a shout out to Doom 143. He had some awesome kind words to say about me and the Blasted Crew when he did an unboxing. I sent him an AOK just to show thanks for one he had gave me, and he had some awesome words to say. So go sub up Doom. If by some chance you're a sub to us and you're not sub to Doom 143, I don't know what you're doing with your life, and Mike is laughing at me, so that's it.
No, JLS Comics said I had a new sub today from Firehouse Subs. I hadn't been there in a while.
But I will go ahead since everybody's expecting it. Alex the comic holder calls me Trinity Winfrey. So subs for everybody. Gore Vidal, under your chair is a box of subs. Go grab that. Jason Smith, we're going to sub to you. Everybody. Subs for everybody. Except Comically Flawed. Except
I knew that was coming.
Comically Flawed is awesome.
Everybody go unsub from Comically Flawed.
No,
don't sub
don't
back
do
until
that.
I tell you. I'm just messing with Adam. He knows that.
Jeremy does not represent the views of the Blasted Nostalgia panel. Any hate mail needs to be directed towards him.
We're trying to get him off the pipe, so he's a little.
His address will be in the description below.
It will be. So I do want to thank the dynamic duo, Chad and Rich, for coming on tonight.
Yes.
And, appreciate you jumping in there. And that's it. That's all we got this week. Whether you blast it or whether you shash, you guys happy reading, and we'll catch you next week.
Later, guys.
See ya. Thank you.